here.
Yeah, is this Thrift Rent-A-Car?
Yes.
Yeah, he says Bob Booker calling. And I got your car. I rented down in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if one of your people can come out and pick it up.
Where are you at now?
Well, I'm on a phone booth out by along Interstate 465.
Now, have you got a Thrifty Rent-A-Car?
A Thrifty Rent-A-Car?
And it's out of Los Angeles?
No, it's just out of Indianapolis.
I mean, where did you rent it at?
Oh, yeah, I got it in, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
All right, hold the line just a moment.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Bob Bookert. B-O-O-K-E-R-T, Bookert.
B what?
B as in Bookert. B-O-O-K-E-R-T, Bookert.
R-T. All right.
Yeah.
What is the phone number where you're calling from?
Well, it's ripped off the phone booth. It was torn off the dial when I hit the phone booth.
Oh.
So that's why I called to tell you. I hit the phone booth with the car.
Oh, you hit the phone booth with the car.
Yeah, but the dial still works.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the number's torn off.
Yeah.
So that's how I can't, that's how I can't tell you what the number is. Well, I can call you, okay?
Well, I have to have the gentleman call you back, but you wrecked the car, is that right?
Oh no, I haven't wrecked it. I haven't wrecked it, but I don't think I've helped it any.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, I don't know how he's gonna call me back. I can't give you the number here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, then the phone's working.
But you don't have a phone number there.
Well, yeah, I have a phone number in Los Angeles. I don't have the phone number of this booth. I'll tell you what, I could look around for it. It's probably up there. It's probably up on a hood somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know where to start to look up there. First of all, I have to find the hood.
Where are you located at?
I'm located in the remains of the phone booth.
Well, I know, but where's the phone booth?
Interstate 465 and Pendleton Pike exit. It's right there by a big hole.
Now, wait a minute. You're at Interstate
465.
Interstate
465.
465.
And the Pendleton Pike exit.
465 at Pendleton Pike.
Yeah, just before you get to the exit, right there where the big hole is in the guardrail.
Yeah.
You probably never noticed it wasn't there before. Let me ask you something.
Guardrail?
What?
Did you hit the guardrail?
And the phone booth.
And the phone booth.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Roger W. Morgan?
Well, yeah.
You've heard of him?
Yeah.
This is Roger W. Morgan at WIFE Radio, and I've been Morganizing you.
Oh, you're kidding.
Roger W. Morgan tells PD he was the first to use the telephone in this manner, and that Morganizing came about purely by accident while he was doing morning drive at Coyle in Omaha. Looking for something to do as a one-time shot, he decided a telephone put-on seemed to be the most logical thing to do. The first Morganized job was his attempt at hiring a babysitter for a baby that turned out to be a baby gorilla. Roger discusses some of his outrageous put-ons and how to put them together.
Have concrete trucks, those great big trucks with the big things on the back that make concrete in them. And, for example, I'll call that place up and tell them that I'm with an advertising agency and we want to throw a big cocktail party in Indianapolis. And we're going to serve martinis, and we don't have anything big enough to mix that many martinis in. We're going to have like 800 guests. So I want to rent a concrete truck to mix the martinis in. I record the entire conversation from front to end. Well, and after I really hooked him on the bit, I give him a phony name and disguise my voice. And after I've really hooked him and gone through some funny lines and a funny exchange in conversation, that conversation usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes, 10 at the most. At the end of the conversation, I ask them if they've ever heard of Roger W. Morgan at WIFE. But that's basically it. I do one bit a day, 3 different times a day. I run the same bit, like at 6:45, 7:45, and 8:45, because your audience turnover is that great in the morning.
Andy. Do you folks handle those chocolate-covered ants?
Ants?
Yeah.
No.
Do you manufacture chocolates?
Yeah.
I got a cousin who is been in the exploring business, and he was over in Africa, and of all things, he sent me an anteater. And so I got this crazy thing here, and it only eats the chocolate-covered kind. But I thought possibly I could Maybe get some of your candy and melt it down.
Well,
wonder if
I
that
have
would
a
work.
chocolate coating here.
Would that be suitable for ants, do you suppose?
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah.
You can dip about anything in it.
Wonder if you gotta kill the ants before you...
I guess you could have to.
Yeah, before you coat them with chocolate,
That's
or
allowed.
catch them alive, you know? They'd wiggle right out of there.
I don't know what they do. I think they French fry those darn things up.
How would you go about French frying an ant, I wonder?
That's a goodie. But I think that, I've heard of these chocolate-covered deals.
Yeah?
And,
Well, I have never heard of an anteater, though, that, would refuse to eat anything but the chocolate-covered kind. And he sent me the note with the thing, and he said, don't try to feed it, like regular ants. It'll turn up its nose, And if you've ever seen an anteater with its nose turned up...
well, I have plenty of the chocolate coating down here.
Yeah?
That I dip chocolates with and manufacture and everything. So
Would you advise dipping the ants rather than pouring this on them?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be kind of a tricky little situation to dip those ants. That's going to take a while, isn't it?
Well, if you try to dip them individually.
Yeah.
But, if you do stop in, I've got a girl dipping today, and she'll be dipping tomorrow.
Oh, and she would dip the ants for me?
Well, she probably would, I guess.
You know what this...
If they wasn't alive.
Yeah, right. We'd have to... I wonder how you'd go about killing those things before you dip them.
I'd probably put them in boiling water.
Oh, yeah, that'd work. Oh, yeah, you mentioned French frying.
I would probably put them in boiling water, I imagine.
Hey, you know what this whole thing sounds like? You hear that? Do you ever hear that Roger W. Morgan?
Yeah.
The Morganizer? This is Roger W. Morgan. You've just been Morganized.
Oh?
Yes.
I guess. Good.
And once you get started, then people will start calling you and giving you ideas. There's a million different ideas you can use. We had an art museum in Omaha, the Joslin Art Museum, which is a very classy place, and they have only famous artists work in there and stuff like that. And I called them up in a farmer's voice and told them I was from Honey Creek, Iowa, and we had a cow that was the top butterfat producer in the county for the last 8 years, and she died. And as a tribute to her and to the people of Omaha in the area, we had her bronzed, like they bronze little kids' shoes. We had her dipped in bronze and wheels put on her so she would roll easy. And we're going to donate her to the museum. And we're taking her there in a truck.
PD asked Roger W. about some of his funniest bits.
I called the local bus company and told them that I had a trained animal act and that we were in town at a shopping center. We were doing our animal act, and one of their bus drivers pulled his bus up to the shopping center where I was working, and apparently the bus driver was running a little ahead of schedule, and he stopped his bus to watch my show, and one of the chimpanzees, one of the monkeys in my act, is trained to drive a little gas-powered car, and the monkey got on the bus, this chimpanzee got on the bus, and stole this guy's bus. And I called the bus company to tell them, that they better get out there and try to find it, because if the monkey gets stopped, it's going to be really embarrassing for the bus company.
This article has been purely for your information and enjoyment. The telephone spoof, now radio history, is denied privilege by the Commission except under stiffest regulations. Stipulation being that you must inform the party being spoofed that he's being put on at the beginning of the phone conversation. This form of show bit is a non-recommended feature, and with FCC stipulation, eliminates this premise under any condition. Quirks of fate often change the destinies of men, and as irony would have it, Roger's wife, Annie, after several months of preparation, turned the table and Morganized the Morganizer. She's 8 pounds, 10 ounces, and her name is Michelle Antoinette. Congratulations from PD.
Good show.